What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I have in my possession the newest from City Rhythm Fragrances. Niles sent it my way, called Sultry. I haven't looked at any notes. I know they're out there. I try to stay as blind as I can, but we're going to check this out. I would assume it's a sensual fragrance with a name like Sultry, but we're definitely going to give it a spray, see what it's all about, see what's good, see what's bad, anything phenomenal here. I don't know, but we'll see what it smells like to me, and we'll cross-reference the notes. Stay tuned. So I do like the hue to this one. It's got this purple hue to the juice and to the actual label and the sticker. Get it to focus. If I get myself out of the picture. I kind of like that retro synthwave vibe to it. Very 80s look to it. I like that. Love his atomizers and his caps too. So we're going to give it a spray over here. I don't have anything right there. Ooh, big spray. Big spray. It's very fruity. Very fruity in the opening. Ooh, that's a juicy raspberry. No way it's not. There's no way that's not a juicy raspberry note. Clear as day. Wow, that is realistic. That is realistic. It smells like freshly rinsed raspberries. There's something else going along with it, but that's the distinctive thing, is the beautiful raspberry note. This is a fruity fragrance. Very, very fruity. There's some other juicy fruits going on here, almost like a melon, maybe pineapple kind of thing, like something a bit more citric, maybe like pineapple or lemon and oranges, but the most dominating thing here is undoubtedly some raspberry. Sultry, more like juicy. I mean, sultry fruits. I get it. The name makes a lot of sense now. But it is a bowl of fruits, juicy, sweet fruits. Nothing really acidic, but I know there's some acidic notes to counter it because it's not overly sweet, but still very juicy. My mouth is watering smelling this. It's like the bowl of fruits that's the inspiration for like the very berry, mixed berry candies and stuff like Skittles and Starburst and stuff like that. It doesn't have the artificial smell to those, but like I think of this is what they're going for with those artificial flavors, because this is very photorealistic, very authentic, juicy fruit smell, but I don't get any nuances beyond fruitiness. So we're going to cross-reference these notes real quick and see what I can expect as it dries. But the opening here is A1 for anybody that likes fruity notes.
A few minutes later.
Okay, so here we go. Sultry from $29. So you can get it in a 50 ml or a 10 ml. This is obviously the 50 ml that we have right here. So let's see what it says. This is inspired by the feeling of dancing with a woman as the world fades and you have no words left. So you let your body speak. She speaks with you with the sway of her hips, the way she licks her lips, and the way her hair caresses your face. When she turns around to face you in a gaze filled with sultry, her body becomes poetry and you become tongue-tied. As you pull her in closer, you notice she smells like you and you smell like her. Talking all night without saying a word, blending fruity and gourmand elements with earthy, woody undertones for a perfect symphony of allure, sensuality, and sophistication. Interesting story. Cherry liqueur, Divana, and pistachio blossom. How is this not raspberry? Cherries make sense. That's one of those fruity notes I couldn't quite distinguish, but the Divana, I guess, is what's making it so sweet and juicy and fruity, but how is there not raspberry here? The cherry makes sense. Now that I know it's cherry, it distinctively smells like cherry. Maybe it's the mind working its magic. Soft rose, okay, caramel, almond, cinnamon, vanilla, sandalwood, patchouli, sheer musk. I don't know what the difference is with sheer musk, but this opening, this cherry liqueur and Divana very much smelled like raspberries in the opening. I was convinced there was raspberry. So I was a little off there, but juicy fruit, yeah, for sure. The juiciness being that it's a cherry liqueur. That's why it's so mouth-watering juicy. It's a delicious scent. That's what makes it gourmand, is this smells delicious. There's a hint of spice coming in, though not distinctively cinnamon. There is a little bit of spice coming in. And then something creamy. A little hint bitter. Could be almond being bitter, because almond tends to come across a little bitter sometimes. And a little hint of spice and creamy, but Sultry is a great name for this. It's delicious. This is such a delicious fragrance. Perfectly unisex, too. This is, I like that he went this route, because this isn't one of his city-inspired fragrances. This is a totally different line with tempo and pulse and rhythm and all of those fragrances. This is more of movement. That's I forgot what he renamed the line to, but it's more about movement. Hence the whole dancing in the night theme for this one. This is gorgeous. If you don't like very sweet, and it's not candy sweet either, it's fruity sweet. If you don't like very sweet, you might not like this, because it's an extremely juicy fruit smell. Extremely juicy fruit heavy. That Divana note, it's been getting used more and more in recent releases, and I think it's a well-used note here. This is great. A little heavy and rich for the summertime, but spring, fall, or a nice fruity scent in the winter. But I think it's definitely more of the transitional seasons, maybe summer evenings. But it's a very rich fragrance. Got to keep that in mind. It's a thick, juicy fruit smell. Oh, it's settling down more. That fruitiness is calming down, and it's settling more into that bitter, creamy, and light spiced smell. And it's a different sweet. The vanilla must be starting to take hold here. This is great. And all of Now's fragrances are 50% oil concentration, so I'm sure the longevity is going to be ridiculous on this. They always are. Projection. Not always room fillers, because they wear heavy, because there's such high oil concentrations. But one thing I can tell you based on experience with Now's fragrances is they leave lingering trails, because the aroma, the scent bubble you do have is just so thick. It's such a dense cloud. And this smells like a dense, fruity smell. This is going to linger. I have no doubt in my mind of that. I think this is very much an 8 out of 10 fragrance, because super fruity like this is a bit more situational. This isn't something I would want to reach for every single day. But those casual nights out that I speak of from time to time, dancing like this, not that I'm really dance, but just to give you an example. Dancing like the theme is, totally can see it for that. Bowling, top golf, casual night out drinking, going to the movies. Any of those types of situations, that casual night out of fun that I speak of, sporting events, whatever. Just those types of evenings out, not a serious like first date kind of thing. That's where I see this shining. That's where I see this being the most situationally appropriate. That is the kind of things I am going to reach for this. I'm curious on what my wife's going to think about this one. I think she's going to love the way this smells. For me, easily, my early stages of experience with this one, I think it's 8 out of 10 great. Another great offering from Niles that has zero redundancy to anything else that I've smelled, and zero redundancy to anything else that he's done that I've smelled, because I've smelled all of his fragrances. He does great work. If you don't know about City Rhythm, you really should. I would assume you've heard a little something about him if you clicked on this video. Love the bottle, though. Like, the actual glass has this, like, faded, almost like plum-like purple hue to it. Loving the choice here. Bravo, Niles. 8 out of 10. Well, that is my initial impression of Sultry from City Rhythm Fragrance. Niles' newest release, and the brilliant work that he continues to do. If you like juicy fruit openings that I could have swore was raspberry. I spoke passionately about this being undeniable raspberry. Turns out it's cherry liqueur and Divana, but I'll be damned, it's still a sweet, juicy fruit, thick, amazing opening that is absolutely worth experiencing, totally worth a sample. I think this is just a fun fragrance. Nothing serious here, nothing I would want to wear on a first date, to a formal event, or to work. But everything else in between, casual nights out especially, I think that's where this one shines. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. How many of you have already tried this? It's some good stuff. If you like juicy fruit fragrances, this is that jam. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on City Rhythm Sultry and you give it a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.